Hey yo, what's good everybody? It's your boy Matthew Maley for MatthewMaley.com. Well, we are back. As you can tell, got the jersey on, but we got a new jersey. Real excited about it too. I'll get into that in a second. So you know it is time for another NFL and fantasy wrap up. This time for week 6 of the 2012 NFL season. Well, first off, gotta give a shout out to my awesome black Ravens jersey. It is the number 27 Ray Rice jersey. Obviously, Ray Rice isn't my favorite player on the Ravens, but I got a really good deal on it. This is the on-field authentic Nike jersey. Literally, this is the one that Ray Rice wears. I got a really good price on it, so I couldn't pass it up. Sadly, he didn't have a Suggs, Reed, or Lewis jersey, so I went with my next favorite, which is Ray Rice. I'm probably going to get the Haloti Ngata as well. He's got that, and I like Haloti Ngata. He's a beast, so I'll probably end up with that one too. But I'm going to end up at some point, like I've always said, with a black Docket jersey, because I love him. Probably a red Peterson jersey, because I love him. And then, of course, Suggs, Reed, and Lewis. Gotta have them. So, got a new jersey, but I'm a little worried after what happened this past week. I'm almost wondering if maybe it's bad luck, but it's still too early to get too superstitious. So, got a list of notes just like last time, and let's jump right into it. So, first off, we'll start with the real games. Start with the sad game of the two, which was the Cardinals against the Bills. At home, Bills have looked super Jekyll and Hyde. So I really felt pretty solid about it, and I really thought that it was a win that we could pull out. Sadly, I was wrong. We should have won it, but sometimes the Cardinals find ways to lose. And not only did Kevin Kolb get injured after he's been looking pretty solid, but then Skelton goes in, and Skelton looks horrible. Ends up throwing the pick that gets us the loss. But the biggest part of it was our kicking game. After Feely knocked through a 61-yarder, he then missed a 30-yarder with 4 seconds left that would have given us the win. Right there, that would have given us the win, but he missed it. Shanked it off the side of the goalpost and it bounced back. So, I don't know. Kicking. So I was definitely a little unhappy about that, to say the least. But what can you do? So, at the end of the day, it was awesome that he hit the 60-yard or the 61-yard or whatever it was, but it didn't help us any. So then it goes to overtime. We get the ball. I think our defense held. I actually didn't get a chance to watch most of this game. Didn't get to see the overtime at all. But apparently we held them and then got the ball back, and then Skelton threw an interception. And it was run back to like the 20-yard line, and it was then kicked for a field goal. That sucked. But then we'll get to the awesome game, as far as I'm concerned, of the Ravens versus the Cowboys, which you already knew this was going to be a good game. Even when the Cowboys are sucking, they still can bring it, you know. So I was really excited about this game. I really had, high expectations. Obviously, I picked the Ravens. But really, I felt good about it. So, Ravens are up. Looking good. They're up by 8 points. Okay. Now, they've been going back and forth. The Cowboys came out to the early lead. Then we fought back. But the biggest thing is we gave up, almost 300 yards or over 300 yards, I believe, on the ground. At least over 200. I know over 200 because we were talking about that we did it for back-to-back games, which never happens with the Ravens defense. So it might have even been over 250 or 3. I don't know. It was sickening regardless. So finally, it's a tight game. Get a beautiful touchdown. Awesome. We're up by 8 points. This is perfect. Golden. Fourth quarter, 2 minutes left. Awesome. Well, then Ray Lewis goes in for a tackle, and as soon as he hits, he starts grabbing his arm. He starts doing this with it, and like that. And I was scared. He left the game, went to the sideline, and didn't come right back. And for something to keep Ray Lewis off the field with 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter, it's something serious. So as he's doing this and that, which add to it, Mr. Webb had already torn an ACL. We didn't know if it was the ACL at that point. We knew it was a knee, and turned out to be an ACL. So our best cornerback and our defensive leader are both out of the game in the fourth quarter with a minute and a half left. And Tony Romo just marched down the field. And literally just marched down the field. And next thing you know, they're essentially on the goal line, and they get the touchdown. All right, it was a great play to Dez Bryant. I can't take anything away from him, but now our defense really needs to step it up because they got to go for two. That's it. We stopped this. We got the game, right? 30 seconds left. We got it. We get it blocked. No problem, right? We're good, right? Yeah. Well, okay, cool. We're all celebrating. I was jumping around, screaming like crazy. Yeah, cool. Well, then, still 30 seconds left, and there needs to be an onside kick. And the onside kick wasn't the standard, booted into the ground, and it flies up in the air. It was the sneaky little, the kicker's just going to kick it forward, the required 10 yards and then dive on it. And it goes right through, I don't know who it is, but number 51, right through his legs. He touches the ball, doesn't lock it up, doesn't fall on it, goes directly through his legs. Cowboys are right there, get the ball. 30 seconds left, they have the ball. Very first play. They attack Webb's replacement. I don't remember his name. He's new. I want to say his name something like Crispy or something. I don't know. Should know this, especially with what he almost was responsible for. And the very first play, take a shot down the field, and they get him for defensive pass interference. Shit. And just like that, they're essentially in field goal range. It's going to be still a 50-yard field goal, but they're in field goal range. And the only saving grace is that it was the Cowboys. And the Cowboys are kind of like the Cardinals in a way, where they're just known for shooting themselves in the foot and doing something stupid. And sure enough, they completely mismanaged the play clock. And rather than getting to run another play to get it a little bit closer, they now had to kick a field goal from Bailey's career long. And thankfully Harbaugh didn't try to ice him or anything like that. And he kicked wide left. So beautiful, super beautiful. I mean, I was so ecstatic at that moment. I lost based on the point spread, but I didn't care. The team got the actual win, so they're 5-1, going into a really tough game this next week against the Texans, who I'll get into in a second, but are going to be pretty motivated. So just an awesome win. So went 1-1 with my pro games. Pretty happy about that. Some other, I mean, obviously it's difficult when you lose, two of your best players for the season, as well as Reed has a torn labrum in his shoulder, and Haloti Ngata has a torn MCL, but still thinks he's going to be able to play. I don't know how, but we'll see. But also kind of other things that happened during the week. Incredibly, the Browns got their first win, beating the Bengals. Picked the Bengals, my bad. The Packers absolutely crushed the Texans. I mean, demolished them. It wasn't even close. It ended up being like 42-24. Joseph has a groin injury, so he was getting blown away on coverage. It was ugly. And then the Broncos game against the Chargers was very exciting because it ties into my fantasy report, if you will. So Broncos come out and just stink the joint up. They get down 24-0 at halftime. Both of the touchdowns that Philip Rivers threw were both to LaDainian Tomlinson. Wow, LaDainian Tomlinson, really? Come on. To Antonio Gates. I don't know why I just went back 5 years. Well, came down in my one fantasy league to I had Antonio Gates and was down by 6 points against him who had Philip Rivers. So I needed a perfect storm had to happen for me to get this win. I needed Antonio Gates to catch every pass that he threw for a touchdown, and I needed Rivers to have a Romo-esque night and throw 5 picks or something. I even joked with my mom about it. It wasn't going to happen. Well, after being down 24-0, the Broncos came out looking like a completely different team. Philip Rivers came out looking like a completely different quarterback, most commonly one named Tony Romo. And next thing you know, the Broncos take away 4 interceptions, 2 fumbles, and next thing you know, they win 35-24. So it's a great game, super entertaining. Even if I didn't have, fantasy riding on it, it still was a really fun game. So then we get to fantasy, and we'll start off with that game just because, it was the exciting game. But I ended up winning in the Barrows Best Friends League, whatever, 89.5 to 86.7, all thanks to Gates getting 20 points and Rivers having -8 points, thanks to all the picks and fumbles. So it was beautiful, and it was pretty awesome watching that. So it was nice to get a win in that league. I'm actually tied for first at 4-2 with 3 other people, so it's not like, we still got a ways to go. And then in the Any Given Sunday League, I was playing Cameron, and everybody knows Cameron's like this legendary guy. He always manufactures, he's the Yankees. He just is. And it's not that he's got more spending cap or anything like that, but he's got like word voodoo. And he can get people to do really dumb shit. He also does way more research and, he has way more interest in fantasy football than I do, and than a lot of people in the league do. He really is into it. At this point, it's something fun to do. I'm not really even that into it. I'm not reading up on, the fantasy projections. That's just not me. He watches the waiver wire. He's making trades. He's in like 8 leagues or something, so he's pretty good. But I lost to him pretty badly. He scored 161.16 points. I only scored 85.92, and the reasoning is that Dwayne Bowe, Michael Turner, Frank Gore, Deshaun Jackson, Santana Moss, Owen Daniels, my kicker, which is Mason Crosby, and the Texans defense all got single-digit points. Yeah. Ended up only having Roethlisberger and Britt, who actually got double-digit. For my team. That's cool. So I ended up, and I also had Tom Brady on the bench. Yeah, for his 40-point performance, which it's not like it really matters, or maybe it wasn't 40. I think I would have gotten 8 more points or something, or 6 more points. Regardless, it's not like it really matters. I was going to lose either way. So at the end of the week, I went 2-2, 1 pro, 1 fantasy, win of each. So at least it was the Ravens that got the win. I'm pretty happy about that. Hopefully the Cardinals can get it back together. They got a game against the Vikings this coming week, so we'll see what happens. And hopefully the Ravens can pull it out, a really tough one in Houston against the Texans. So we'll see what happens. But regardless, speedy recovery to Ray Lewis, speedy recovery to Ladarius Webb, speedy recovery, hopefully not requiring any time off or surgery, to Ed Reed. And the same goes for Haloti Ngata. And please, Terrell Suggs, can you come back soon? I know there's talk that you aren't going to make it back the entire season, but I know you're a fighter. Everybody's saying that it's recovering quicker. Soon, we need a leader with Ray out, probably for the season. I still have hope. I'm thinking maybe there's some way he can come back, but I'm an optimist. Glass is always half full with me. So we'll see what happens. But there you have it. That is my NFL and fantasy recap for the 2012 NFL football season. This for week 6. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know how your teams did, how your fantasy teams did. Let me know what you guys think about the injuries to the Ravens. Do you think there's any chance we will see Ladarius Webb? I don't think so. Or Ray Lewis? I'm hoping so. By the end, at any point again in the season. And when do you think T Sizzle is going to be coming back? I'm curious. So, as always, thank you guys for checking out my videos. I am Matthew Maley. This is MatthewMaley.com. And until the next video, I'm officially signing off. Hope everybody had a great weekend and your week is starting off great. And as always, thank you guys for checking out my videos. Of course, you can check out the rest of my videos on MatthewMaley.com. Got everything up to date on there, so check them out. Let me know what you guys think of the website and everything that's on there. You can also check me out directly on YouTube. Again, just search for Matthew Maley Poker. You can like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. You can also check me out directly up on Facebook. Search for Matthew Maley Poker, where I post all my videos. Also put up my major announcements and stuff like that. You can also follow your boy on Twitter. I am at Matthew Maley, so follow me and see everything I'm tweeting. And finally, check me out on Instagram. I'm at Matthew Maley Poker, so I always post all my stuff up on there, all the pictures going around in life, you know. So check me out on there, and until the next video, I'm signing off. Peace, y'all.